This is going to sound a little bit odd, so bear with me, but in the latest Avengers movie, there's a really good scene where Thor goes back to speak to his mother. He seeks counsel, and he explains to her how he was unable to kill Thanos and how he feels like a loser. And his mum says, so you're just like everyone else then? You're just normal? And he says, well, I'm not supposed to be normal. I'm supposed to be the god of thunder. And Thor's mum says something really profound. She says that every man will always fail at being the person they're supposed to be, and that the measure of a true hero is someone who succeeds at just being who they really are. So this is why I tell Laura that she shouldn't moan when she comes home and I'm always watching the Avengers, because there's more philosophy in there than she realizes. But it's really profound what she says, and it applies to a lot of people in a lot of different vocations, jobs, but especially yoga, because we feel like we are supposed to be a yoga teacher, we're supposed to be yogic, and you will fail ultimately, and failure is in that you won't be happy, you won't continue your love for what you do if you're constantly trying to be like a yoga teacher. There are too many yoga teachers in this world, but what there are not enough of are individual people who teach yoga. So just using the expression of your own personality and not caring about what you think you're supposed to act like, whether you're supposed to say this, I'm supposed to say that. Oh, every yoga teacher says lengthen through the crown of the head, so I'm going to say that. Every teacher mentions the tailbone at least once in each pose. I should say that because it's expected, but none of that is. And
so just being yourself, really.
Yeah, I mean, you will go through early stages where you will take bits and bobs from your favorite yoga teacher. Naturally that will happen, but you have to remember that in order for you to enjoy what you are doing, you have to just be as you are, and it won't please everyone. I had a girl lately who left and asked for a refund because she didn't like how we talk collectively, because I encourage every yoga teacher here to just be themselves. I've never once since we opened the studio said, right, Emma, this is what I want you to do, this is how I want you to teach. And I think this is what this girl was expecting, a very regimented format with perhaps pre-rehearsed dialogues, you all just being the same teacher and over again. It won't please everyone, and you have to have a certain amount of backbone and character to deal with that, to deal when someone says they don't like what you do, because then you might feel the temptation to go back to or revert back to being this yoga teacher again,
and overthink perhaps what you're doing.
Yeah, but you won't please everyone, and if you are pleasing everyone, I think deep down you won't please yourself, because you know you're just putting on this show and you're being this character, and it can't sustain itself. And I think we're having this maybe not a global shift, but we're starting to see more and more individual yoga teachers, because students are starting to recognize that yoga is quite phony, and gym instructors are phony, personal trainers are phony. Everyone is just trying to be the same person, trying to be this ideal instructor or teacher, and they are attracted towards individuals who are just themselves. I mean, I make fun of people in class. I always have a great laugh. I am just completely myself. It doesn't please everyone, but I am happy and I love what I do. And so my advice to a yoga teacher who's just started, your love for yoga is perhaps why you started teaching. And in order for you to maintain that love and enthusiasm for what you do, just be yourself with all your flaws, with all your insecurities. And you know, if you're not a vegan, if you don't chant and you're unsure of what meditation is, that makes you normal. That makes you just like your students. Just be yourself, and in years' time you'll continue to love what you do.
Yeah. Thanks.